You ever stop and think about what makes anything happen? I mean, a car moving, a bird taking flight, or even your own heart beating right now. The answer, for all of it, comes down to one single, incredible idea: energy. It is the science of movement, the reason anything and everything in our universe changes.
So, let's get right into it. What is this thing called energy that powers literally our entire world? It's a simple enough question, right? But the answer? Well, the answer is a little more interesting.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? You can't see energy. You can't hold it in your hand. It's this invisible concept, but, and this is the amazing part, we see its effects absolutely everywhere, in every single thing that moves and changes around us.
So, here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to try and make the invisible visible. We'll start with what energy actually is, then look at its two main states. After that, we'll explore its many faces, learn about its one unbreakable rule, and finally, bring it all home to the energy in our world.
Okay, so how do we get a handle on something we can't even see? Well, we do it by feeling and watching what it does. Energy is all about action.
No, really, do this with me right now. Just rub your palms together nice and fast. You feel that, right? That warmth building up? What you're doing is not just warming up your hands, you're actually doing a live energy experiment.
See? That warmth, that's it. That's energy in action. You took the energy of your movement, your hands rubbing together, and you transformed it, you converted it into heat energy. You just made energy something you can actually feel. And that really gets us to the simplest definition, right? Energy is the ability to do work, or to cause some kind of change. It's the engine that drives everything, the scientific why behind how things go from one state to another.
Now, here's a cool thing about energy. It pretty much all exists in one of two fundamental states. You can think of it as energy that's just waiting to happen, and energy that is happening.
Just picture this cyclist. She's worked hard, pedaling all the way to the very top of this hill. And now she's paused. She's almost perfectly still. But that stillness, it's packed with what scientists call potential energy. It's all the energy she stored up, now just waiting, full of possibility.
And here it goes. The second she starts to roll down that hill, all that stored potential energy instantly begins converting into kinetic energy. Kinetic is the energy of motion. It's the release. It's the action. It's the potential becoming real. And hey, let's not get tripped up by the name. Kinetic might sound a little fancy, but it's really just a posh scientific term for movement energy. It's that simple. If something's moving, it has kinetic energy.
And this leads us to a really big idea. All the different kinds of energy we talk about, heat, light, sound, you name it, at their very core, they're all just different stories about movement.
For example, let's take heat, or thermal energy. It's not some, magical property that things have. It is literally the kinetic energy of the tiny, tiny particles, the atoms and molecules that make up everything. The hotter something feels, the more wildly its little particles are vibrating and moving around.
This image shows it perfectly. As you heat up one end of this metal bar, the particles there start vibrating like crazy. Then they bump into their neighbors, which makes them start vibrating, and on it goes down the line. It's like a domino effect of movement passing that energy right along.
And this idea of movement just keeps going. Light is energy traveling in waves. Sound is the energy created by vibrations making waves in the air. And electricity, the thing that powers our homes, it's simply the focused flow, the movement of tiny particles called electrons. Deep down, it's all just energy in motion.
Okay, so energy is always moving. It's always changing form. But all of this happens under one single, absolutely unbreakable rule of the universe.
And this is it, the big one, the law of conservation of energy. It basically means that the total amount of energy in the universe is fixed. It's constant. You can't make new energy out of nothing, and you can't get rid of it. It's just on a constant, cosmic journey, changing from one form to another.
Let's trace that journey with a simple flashlight. It all starts as potential chemical energy, stored quietly inside the batteries. When you flip that switch, the chemical energy transforms into electrical energy. That's the flow of electrons through the circuit. That electricity then hits the bulb and transforms again, splitting into light energy so we can see, and a little bit of heat energy, which is why the bulb gets warm. See? No energy was lost, it just changed jobs.
Now, this isn't just some abstract physics lesson. This constant transformation of energy is happening inside of you right now. So let's connect all this to the energy we all think about every day, the energy we get from our food.
Just like we measure distance in miles or kilometers, we have a special unit to measure energy, and it's called the joule. So when you look at the nutrition label on a snack, it's telling you exactly how much potential chemical energy is stored inside, just waiting for you to use it.
So an apple has about 250 kilojoules of stored energy, while a Kit Kat has nearly double that, around 450. When you eat either one, your body gets to work transforming that chemical energy into kinetic energy so you can move, thermal energy to keep you warm, all the energy you need to live. You are, quite literally, an energy transformation machine.
And that brings us to the final, biggest idea of all. If energy is never created or destroyed, only transferred, where did the energy you're using right now even come from? Well, the energy in that apple, it didn't start there. The apple tree captured it from the sun. The energy you used to rub your hands together, it came from the food you ate, which also ultimately got its energy from the sun. When you trace it back, almost every movement on Earth, from a tiny seed growing to you walking down the street, is powered by energy on a vast journey that started 93 million miles away. It's all connected, it's all in motion. The only question is, what will you power with your piece of it today?